Hello, everyone. Hey, Ryan. Okay, so I commented on this in the morning, but I think we're getting to that point in the project where we only have boring tasks to do. And this is where that tenant that I've had for a very long time, bricklaying, is going to be very important. Hey, April. So for those who haven't seen it and want a summary, it's right here. Yeah, we just got to start. Hey, just a half. Good evening. All right, so I've had some changes I've wanted to make. Let's go look at the changes, and then let's make those changes. This has been Purred Happily. All right, we should probably have higher levels of some of the farming perks. Maybe there's one saying seeds cost more. So what I think we need to figure out is I want to be able to level up the town hall. Isn't this written down somewhere? What is going on? All right, let's just copy all of this. I'm pretty sure it's in this list somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Beating the Phoenix should probably get the second level of the town hall. Is it time to do this? Town hall. Where is it? Hey, player. Allow leveling up the town hall. All right, how we'd allow for upgrading it. I think having a signpost makes the most sense. With a perk, we'd be showing the perks UI. So you wouldn't see the new town hall get built. Probably want consistency between the town halls upgraded and how shops are upgraded. Okay, so there are two issues if we're going to do this. Allow for upgrading the town hall. The sign to do this shouldn't show until you've beaten a certain boss. And then building via the sign should create smoke particles, replace the town hall graphic, and save that you have the higher level town hall. It can just be a player ability so that we don't need to modify the save format. Oh yeah, and then if it is an ability, I think that's fine. I've been playing a bit, both bone mode and normal, and I must say the normal mode is my favorite. I like it when the game sort of enters that idle game phase where I can have it off to the side in a window while I'm doing something else, and then when I need a break, I can return to the game. Yeah, bone mode was intended to be something that if people wanted to continue playing, they could. And I think it'll appeal to some people. I'm not sure. I mean, we spent the time, it's going to stay in the game. And you can play it idly. If you just ignore the timer at the end, which you can, nothing stops you from doing that. It's just that it feels like that's what it's steering you toward. And like, why play the game if not for that? So I don't know. Maybe we end up adding some way of prestiging or something. I'm not sure. I don't want to do that. Hey, Jeff Alton. I'm a victim of this functionality. That's why Twitch probably added it. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Okay, and then once you have a higher level town hall, you should be able to get more perks in each of the different perks trees. You may not have built a particular building. Could you get by without a particular building? Easy the garbage slime. So we need to accommodate you not having built it by the time you have the upgraded town hall. This should show in the available buildings menu. No, and that's fair, April. I'm not trying to get you to like change your feedback or make it more positive or something. I think at this point, like what we have is what we have. If we want to make changes, we could make like small changes here and there. But it's not like we're, 2 months into the project where we could say, okay, you know what, let's scrap this mode, let's move to something else. And I think what would be ideal for the game is if story mode just kept having like new buildings, new systems, new locations and stuff. And some idle games go in that direction. I think they're the idle games that tend to have microtransactions or a subscription fee. And that way you could just keep developing this stuff. But yeah, we're not in that case. And I think that We could develop it more with money from sales, but it's got to be a complete game for us to get those sales in the first place. Hey, Galaxy Inferno. Hello to my favorite chill time after teaching online once again stream. How'd it go today? Are you feeling like you were run ragged by it? Or is it going pretty smoothly? Okay, so I think what we need to test is a couple different things because I don't want to do everything just yet. So I think we need to like prototype this pretty quickly. I want to prototype this quickly just to see how it would work. So we're working from a clean slate. So let's go make a new ability ID and we'll call this something like Town Hall Level 2. Then this would correspond to an ability, which is just a tag ability, which is sort of like auto battling probably. Player auto battle. Yeah, there's a tooltip, but we don't even need to show the tooltip anywhere. Town Hall Level 2. Town Hall Level 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we'll save this here. Town Hall Level 2. And it has that ability ID. Its display name should be something like this never shows anywhere. They're starting projects now. We just had to answer questions and convince the more lazy or hesitant students to please just pick a project and do some work. That sounds good. So you should get some breathing room, right? More time to play Factorio, right? Right, building idea is the town hall, but we don't have that. Okay, yeah. So just delete this, delete this. So this is mostly just a tag ability. This is mostly a tag ability to indicate that you have the second level of the town hall. Maybe ideally after prototyping this, do we want a single parameterized ability to indicate which town hall level you have? At that point, it's pretty similar to just modifying the save file. Should be more chill unless I decide I'll implement all 4 projects so I can give good advice to everyone. Yeah, I doubt you'll have to do that. I think you can probably imagine what advice you'd give them from what position they're in. But that's really cool. It sounds like it's going well. It's also good that it was kind of front loaded in terms of difficulty. I'm assuming that the chillness stays. But even if it doesn't, it probably won't get back to what it used to be, I guess, when you were just doing the lecture stuff. Hated having to teach online during COVID. Like you just know no one is listening to anything. Yeah, I think a lot of this comes down to if you're a student of anything, you need to care on some level. A good teacher will help with that, but it's not their job to make you care. At least I don't think so. And I think it depends on what kind of student we're talking about. So like an adult student, I don't think it's their job. A 5-year-old, like, okay, maybe it is their job to make you care as a 5-year-old. But there's somewhere in between this spectrum where, like, I think the teacher should just be a good teacher and help bring out the motivation. But if there is no motivation, I don't think they have to instill it. Slept in so much today, I didn't even get the afternoon first. Hey, Sinistello. Can't comprehend the ones who don't participate. This is exactly how I feel, and it's kind of why I like mentoring. Mentoring is typically one-on-one, and also I can drop someone if I don't think they care. That's basically it. But honestly, even just being a teacher or a tutor, you'd have that same setup, I guess. As long as you're a private teacher or tutor. Okay, so we want to give you this ability. Town, unhandled input, page up. All right, so when you press page up, we're going to give you this ability. How do we do this? Player abilities dot add ability. And then how you do this? Base ability. Oh, set ability level. That's what? Isn't there some like set level of ability somewhere? I could have sworn that existed. Set ability level. Here it is. Yeah. All right, so I want to modify that to be level 1. So this is going to give you the town hall, which isn't going to do anything on its own. We need to detect that this is the case. We also need to plan for what happens if you don't have the town hall. We need to accommodate the scenario where you never even built the town hall. Technically, it's not necessary to get to this point in the game. Maybe we should change that. Maybe we should just make it necessary. I wouldn't want to play this game without the town hall. The town hall is where you get auto battling, which feels like a necessity, but it isn't really. And it's also where you get more customers, faster worker speeds, and a lot of other things. But you don't need any of these things, technically. It's not like you hit a barrier where it says you don't have the town hall, you can't move on. And I guess technically that means you wouldn't need the higher level town halls either. So maybe this isn't really a problem. Maybe we don't do anything for this. If you don't have the town hall, but have every other building, then you at least know how to build. So it's just like not getting the fishing pond, the enchanter, or the warehouse. Yeah. Could be one of those strange achievements. Oh my god, that would be so boring. That would be so boring. I've seen achievements that are like 100% the game, which is not necessarily fun, and it all depends on the game. I think my general feel for this is I think achievements should be at least somewhat fun. So like win with a certain restriction, you know, use a gun but hit every shot or something like that. Some expression of skill, some expression of like try different gameplay styles out. And this is technically a win with a different restriction and try a different gameplay style out. It's just one where it's like you have to start every single battle manually. Are you dropping frames? I don't think it's me. I just end up mentoring the most motivated students in the class, and then the rest get the prepared lecture and homework reviews, and that's on them. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty natural. For the dedicated players who must 100%. I'd still like to make it fun for them. All right, so this will make this. How do we add a perk to a perk tree? We must have a way of doing this because I do this here, don't I? Yeah, add skill button. But it's a history button. We need it to not be a history button. But still, maybe this won't be that hard. Let's try it. Garbage perks. What did I call this? Recycler perks. It's not even called recycler perks. What is this called? I don't know what it's called. All right, well, what? Garbage time is a perk. Let's just search for garbage time. Where does this show up? And what did I name this? I don't know where this is. How am I not able to find it? There's only like 10 files here. Wow, that's confusing. This has to exist in one of... It's got to exist somewhere with a cost. Perks constants. Oh, right. We moved this all to one file. Why did I do that? I guess just so we could have all the costs in the same location. Okay, well, then that's fine. All right, so we just got to find out where this is used. I don't even bother looking. Yeah, Stardew Valley, I always get to the point where it's like, okay, now you can 100% the game, and then I lose interest almost immediately. It's like once my progression stops and all I'm doing is increasing a number, and in ways that I don't find fun, like go harvest every crop and go make every dish, and yeah, that's not very interesting to me. Although they did change it so that you can just buy % completion. Learns and leans. Hey, Pressel. Works in and works out. All right, so there's recycler perks. What is this thing? Perks tree costing gold. So can we add a button to this? There's an add skill button thing here. So presumably we can. I want to try this out. This is not an overridden function. So what if we just make it public for now? And I'll put it to do here. Make this protected or something. And I'll just call into this for now. So we got to get access to that tree. Where is that tree? Bet George of the Jungle would find it. Here it is. So this is private. Let's also make this public. I'm just going to hack my way through this because I just want to see, will this even work? So now we get all perks tree. Is this even a thing? Seriously? Oh, no, that's a class. Wait, UI.allperks? I have no idea where this is. Okay, let's just search for it. All perks tree. Who owns you? Right there. Perks panel tab. Wait, no, you are the perks panel tab. Who owns the perks panel tab? Oh God, why does this exist everywhere? Okay, let's search for it like that. This thing does. Overlay visibility controller. Okay, we can, like I said, we're just gonna hack our way through this. UI.overlay visibility controller.perks panel dot recycler perks dot add skill button. Okay, now how do we do this? We just pass in perk ability data, which is an ability ID and a set of costs. This should be pretty reasonable. So we're going to add in the ability, which is the garbage time eats from the warehouse. Okay. And the cost is going to be 1337. No overload takes 2 arguments. What? Oh, right. My bad. I meant to do new and then that. Does that work? Yeah. He did just work out. Oh, good. Yeah. What's your post-workout ritual? Is it oatmeal? Get home, eat. Yeah. All right, so check this out. We have 4 things in here. I'm going to press page up. It added 2 of them somehow. Did I press page up twice? Does this work? Oh my God, it does. Okay, this is amazing. Hey, Ender. I stare at myself in the mirror. So I work out, then 2 hours of staring at myself. Then I go home and eat. Comes after post-workout meal. Gotcha. All right, so why did this add 2 of them at once? There should be just 1 handler for this. Maybe I accidentally pressed the button twice? Is that possible, though? How would that happen? These buttons are pretty reliably pressing only once. Yeah, I don't have an explanation for that. 2 sets of stare at yourself in the mirror, 8 reps. You gotta turn your body and your neck slightly. You gotta look at all different angles. You gotta change the lighting a little bit. All right, so I click this. I press page up. Okay, I definitely press it once that time, and it's only making 1 button. So yes, it looks like this is working fine, and maybe I just didn't press it once the first time around. Okay, so this proves that we can add perks to an existing skill tree, which is pretty nice. Yeah, this is going to be not too bad. All right, so I think the prototype kind of shows that this won't be too hard to do. All right, so now what? Now I got to answer this question about, do I want there to be an ability behind this? Because we have something like progress save data. This has done first battle, has completed tutorial. There could just be a has built town hall level 1. Or like this is an integer instead. Int town hall level. And it's either 0, 1, 2, or 3. Honestly, I think that's probably the best thing to do, which is going to break everyone's save files. That's probably fine to do, though. Yeah, I think this is the most reasonable thing. Oh, man. I just have to remember bricklaying. I just have to remember it. I'm going to struggle a lot with this in the next few months. I just know it. It's not that this work is hard. It's not that it's just not fun. I just did the fun part. It was prototyping. I just need Chef Alton to type out 5 brick emojis every time I struggle. All right, no use complaining about it. Let's just do it. So this is the town hall level, and I will write a comment here saying this will be 0 when the town hall isn't built. Then, maybe that's it. So 2 represents it'll be upgraded. Thanks, Ryan. I didn't actually try showing the sign here. I probably should have done that too. Okay, so if I try building, this is going to fail because I just renamed a variable, but I didn't update any references to it. And there should only be 3, I think. Maybe only 2? 2. Yeah, so has built town hall. This will be town hall level. And then the town hall needs to know its own level. Public int level. Get set. Private set. So level equals 1 by default, I guess. There is no load from save file though. Huh. All right, I'll have to think about how we do that. So this will be town hall question mark level, otherwise 0. And then the other place where we do this is down here. Why can't I click this? There we go. So if the town hall level is greater than 0, then create the town hall. We should just put this condition right into here. Int level. So if level equals, or yeah, is less than or equal to 0, then just return. Otherwise, we go instantiate this thing, initialize it. Is this the only time the init is called ever? Yes. So we'll initialize it with the level. Then we'll set the level. We'll delete the default that we have. We'll go into here, initialize it with the level that was passed in. And then when you create this for the very first time through the sign, it's going to call it with a level of 1. Oh, actually, it should probably be a level of 3 here. And I should probably turn these into constant somewhere. Did I watch Unite? Unity can make Fortnite games now? Wow, really? That's pretty interesting. And no, I did not watch it. But cool, 7CTHD. Yeah. All right, so let's write some cleanup stuff here. Make constants out of the town hall levels, ... question mark. Maybe not. Maybe just the max level. And replace the 3 that I just made here with this. Where else do we call create town hall from? Create town hall would be like 1, I guess. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. There it is. So this is going to be 1. Okay. We got to up the save file version now. Save game saver. Save version is going to be 12. Which is going to break my save file. Unless I just go manually change it to 12. And do I want this to be... No, we don't want this anymore. We delete this. Which means we delete the town hall level 2 thing as well. I'll just write to delete this whole file. Attention. Delete this whole file before committing. I could just do it now, but I don't know if I want to save this. Actually, it's not even going to work if I leave this here. I guess we can just comment the whole thing out. Yeah. And then let's put 5 attentions below so it's symmetrical. This is very important when it comes to coding. Don't forget, people. And then you gotta align it horizontally as well. Oh, man. All right, so now this page up code isn't going to do anything. Page up. So this won't exist. We're just going to change the town hall's level. We'll need an upgrade thing. I should probably just get the sign to work at this point. Best practice approaches. How to make comments stand out. I will say that attention shortcut that I have and construction, I think both of these have been pretty helpful. This is good for shared documents where you're typing with someone else and they're like, what is he typing right now? And I just put this at the top of the section. Okay, so we got to go make a sign for this. I think that's the next difficult part. So yeah, this is done. Yeah, I'm gonna save the town hall level as a number, not a bool plus abilities. This makes way more sense. Could implement a pre-commit that checks for this. Yeah, you definitely could. In this case, I should look over my commits every time. And let's say I check this in. I think it'd be pretty apparent to someone reading this in the future that this should never have been here. But yeah, some people have pre-commits to check for to-do items. I don't actually necessarily mind to-do items in code, but I think they should always correspond with a bug number that you have. So like github.com/whatever/an issue, and you've got some number in here. And that way, any context around this, you can go look at the GitHub issue and not have to hunt through code for it. But to each their own. I made Nutella ice cream for our get together over the weekend. There was a tiny bit left. And my wife was like, "Can I finish it?" I was like, "Okay." I didn't get to eat any until, well, I had a little bit today because it's a sugar day. Nutella ice cream, feel free to explain yourself. Yeah, it's a super easy recipe. It's 4 ingredients and it takes maybe like 10 minutes. I mean, then you need to freeze it for hours. But at least in terms of what your involvement is, the cleanup is harder than the actual prep. But yeah, it's pretty good. Everyone's always like, "You made this?" Yeah, it's really simple. I just got started with pre-commits at work, so it's still top of mind whenever I see stuff like this. Yeah, and I think it is good for anything where you can catch a programmer error. I think that if you don't put it into a pre-commit, anything that might be like a warning level mistake, maybe, you could always put into your continuous integration or delivery system, where GitHub could at least alert you like, "Hey, just so you know, someone checked in this file and it's got slightly wrong dimensions or it could be compressed," or something like that. Where maybe it's like, well, we had a reason for not doing this, so now we should go flag it with like, "Yes, this was okay." I don't know. I mean, the 4 ingredients, fine. It's Nutella, it's heavy whipping cream, it's vanilla, and condensed milk. So I can send the recipe to you if you want. Just send me a DM on Discord. Oh man. All right, so the sign. We need a signpost that can do this. We have a couple of different signposts. I don't think it's going to be... Oh, thank you, sir. We'll never make this. Was purely interesting. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, the 4 ingredients, at least one of them should be... Two of them should be pretty obvious. Nutella and the heavy whipping cream. Because you need this to make ice cream, and you need Nutella to make Nutella ice cream. And then, yeah, the other ones... I actually forgot the vanilla in this one, and it turned out fine. So I think it really only needs 3 ingredients. What is heavy whipping cream for the Germans? I will show you a picture. It is any of these things. It's just heavy cream pretty much. I'm not sure what makes it whipping cream. Yeah, actually, what makes whipping cream whipping cream? I don't know. I don't really care anymore. Have you tried Emacs? Yeah, a long time ago, mostly as a joke. I don't really see a need to change my developer workflow too much. What's the difference between normal? I don't actually know. Yeah. What's the difference between normal cream and whipping cream? Fat content and texture. I did not realize there was a difference. Heavy cream is at least 36% milk fat. Wait, that's the difference between regular and heavy, right? I still don't know the answer to this, huh? Heavy whipping cream. All right, well, whatever. Yeah. Two of those 4 ingredients I've never heard of. Well, you've heard of vanilla, I'm guessing then, right? And you've heard of Nutella? I don't think anyone's not heard of Nutella. Bit of a heavy whipped cream because that's all there is. Yeah, I still am not totally sure what the difference is. Anyway, it's pretty easy to make. And it tastes delicious. Yeah. Man, vanilla is like one of the best smells. So good. All right, so signpost. I gotta go figure out how this works. We have a build and upgrade sign, but this is going to be something that doesn't always show, and maybe in this particular case, it can be a special sign. Yeah. Maybe we show a special sign for this. How do we categorize the available buildings menu to give you upgrades? Are we even going to do upgrades this way in the future, I wonder? If it is a build and upgrade sign and the building is built, then do this. Okay, I mean, maybe we make it a build and upgrade sign then. A sign for something that can be built and then upgraded, meaning the sign's text changes and the sign gets repositioned. Except for I also want to hide it if you don't have a certain boss completed. Okay, so I think we need a build and upgrade sign that hides itself until you've beaten a particular boss based on a condition. So if Town Hall is level 1, the sign is hidden until the Phoenix is defeated. And if Town Hall is level 2, the sign is hidden until the Phoenix is in the mines. So you only have 2 more locations after that. So maybe you get the first upgrade after the waterways and then the next one after the mines. Hang on, let me think about this. You beat the ogre and you get 2 new buildings. The deep forest does nothing. You beat this and you get another couple buildings. Where do you get the treasure room? I think from the crypt. So then the waterways should be number 1 and then the mine should be number 2. Okay, so then the waterways has, who's the boss? The slime. Ugly slime. And until the Phoenix is defeated. Yep. Hey, Sudo. No, I'm not going to do Advent of Code. The timing just never works out. There are a couple things I want to participate in. Advent of Code is one of them at some point. And then NaNoWriMo, which is not spelled like that. It's like this. Which is National Novel Writing Month, which is November. And then, yeah, this is December. The reason I say the timing doesn't work out, it's gone. What? Can't be gone. I haven't participated in it. Closing after 20 years. What went wrong? What? It's back with a new name, Novel November. Well, why did it close originally? Financial struggles? I mean, I don't really need a foundation to exist for me to do this. So I guess I don't really care too much. But I want to try this at some point. The goal is to write an entire novel in 1 month. And whatever you call it and whatever month you have it be doesn't necessarily matter. But yeah, I say the timing doesn't work out because I want to focus all my energy toward launching Scalaseller. And I'd like to launch in like March or so. So yeah, no Advent of Code, unfortunately. That was reasonable. Heavy whipped cream. Yeah, I don't know. Drama and the organizers are bad. New community hasn't formed yet. Huh. Yeah. The other thing I like the idea of and I want to do a little bit more of is a game jam or a code jam or something. I think that would be interesting too. These are all things I just can't parallelize projects. I don't know how people do it. I have Skeleseller and that's it. And if I had another project, I'd probably go nuts. Some people can manage multiple, not me. And yeah, they're cutting down the number of puzzles this time, as Galaxy mentions. Ms. Galaxy, excuse me. All right, so we make this sign, we set up the condition. Okie dokie, let's go take a look then. Build an upgrade sign. How do we set this up? So key storage sign is one of them. So we make a scene, and then we give it the same. Nope. Then we give it a special script. Then we might need to override some things. Can confirm M nuts. That M nuts indeed. Key storage sign. Okay, so I want to go get something like this. And this has a special script, correct? Yes. Okie dokie. What do I do? Can I just save this as a new scene? I guess so. So I'm going to call this the... Oh, it's got to be the town hall sign. Oh. What is this? This is just a build sign, isn't it? Just a signpost. Just your everyday signpost. Yeah, we're going to have to change this. Hey, Cruddlefish. Well, bricklaying, people. Remember bricklaying. All right, so I guess I got to delete town hall sign. The town scene uses it, so I can't do that. Oh boy. Town scene uses it. So we have the sign somewhere over here. There it is, town hall sign. Hello sign. All right, we need to copy its transform. Copy value. Does that work? That did not work. Why did copy value not work? Oh, right, because it only copies within Godot. Okay, well, let's just type it out then. 744 and what's the other number? 432. Okay, so make a new signpost. It's got to still be positioned in the same spot. Let's go delete it. It's got to be called town hall sign. And it is above the recycler sign in the scene tree. Okay, time to go change everything. Delete this. And then go delete this. And then close out of that. Got to be called town hall sign. So we save this now as town hall sign. Then we rename this. Then we reinstantiate it. Then we put it above whatever I said to put it above, recycler. And then we give it the same coordinates, 744, 432. And if I did this correctly, we should see it pop up right there in the center. Perfect. Okay. And then make it a unique name. All right, so now we have a sign that's not going to work. And it's got the wrong script. We gotta go assign that. Whoa, what am I doing? It's not even where that should go. It should go over here. I wonder if it changed town scene or if that is broken. Nope, that's correct. Okay, so this is what we used to have. And now what we need is something like this. So I'm going to copy paste this over here, but this is going to thoroughly break. Oh, also, we never translated any of these. Ooh, that's too bad. Okay, so this is going to say build town hall. Is that correct? Unlocks town perks to improve your town. But then when you upgrade it, it's going to say upgrade town hall. And it's going to say adds more perk options to most buildings. Something like that. And then get cost of next upgrade. How about we just set this to 1 and we say to figure out what the cost should be. Maybe you don't even pay for it. And then what is this? This needs to be town hall. Best overload for a init does not have a parameter named upgrade labels. Well, that's not possible. Build and upgrade sign. Cannot implicitly convert a town hall to an I building. Oh, God. Man. All right, so what, a storeroom has the I building thing? What does this do? Get current level, get max level, has reach max, upgrade, get next time position. Okay, this is all pretty reasonable. What's another example of something like this? The farm? No, the farm's not upgradable. The warehouse. No, the warehouse is a storeroom. What's upgradable but doesn't have a signpost for it? Maybe nothing? What else implements this? Oh, literally just, oh, a shop. Yeah, although there's a signpost for that. I guess they would all have signposts. Otherwise, there's no reason to use this. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So we do this, and then we implement all of these. That's not what I meant to do. There. So implement this interface. Wait, what? That didn't implement it, did it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should have 5 functions, and we got 2? 1? What? I'm confused. I clicked this and chose to implement the interface. Implement all members explicitly, maybe? What? This is not working. What's weird is if I have this return a level here, it thinks that that's all that was needed to implement this interface. I guess because this has a definition already. These ones have, oh, they all have. Okay, yeah, I see what's going on. All right, well, then let's just copy this out of here. And then all of these need to be public. Actually, that might not matter. Anyway, get current level, we can return the level. Get max level will be 3. Public. This is sealed, I don't care. Void upgrade, what does that need to do? Shop has an upgrade, right? Yes, upgrade calls upgrade shop. Okay, let's not do anything here. Figure this out. Get next sign position. New vector 2, and then whatever those numbers were here. And get cost of next upgrade. Let's just have it return 1 to do figure this out and figure this out. Okay, we got a lot of figure this out over here. So now the town hall sign will not complain at me. Nice. Nice. Oh, man. This is not correct. Yeah, this is definitely not correct. Do we need some amount of this to be here? And base.build? Sure. Sound ID is still needed. I just deleted that. And there was some other import that's no longer needed. What was that one? Constants. For the cost. Yeah, I'll need that back at some point. Okay, so this is almost certainly broken. But let's go try it. So we try loading our old save file. It's just going to complain at us because I just changed the save version. Yeah, in fact, it complained even before I got to do that. Sorry, save files from older versions won't be supported until the game actually launches. That way we can move fast and break stuff. Your old save file was deleted. You'll have to start a new game. Okay. All right, so there's the town hall. It says build town hall. It should show up in buildings. Yep, there it is, town hall. Unlocks town perks to improve your town. Okay, now what happened? I don't see town hall in there anymore. What do we do? What does true mean here? Can close build dialog. Yeah, okay, sure. Uh-oh. What am I missing? Reflect current building status? Build should allow closing? There's a sign for this. Warehouse sign. What does this do? Create a warehouse and then build. Base.build. Built or upgraded. Invoke on update build menu. Play a sound. Reflect the current building status. And then rebake the navigation mesh. This is wrong? Reposition or hide sign? How does that work? The building is not built. Return. If it's reached max level, then hide this. Otherwise, get the next sign position. So wait, maybe it's underneath the town hall and I just can't see it. Yeah, that might be what's happening. Okay, then we need to move it. Yeah, it might be under there somewhere. We gotta destroy that building. Raise it to the ground. So let's get this. No, where did I put the next? Oh, in the town hall itself. All right, get next sign position. This needs to change. We will add 200. And we'll see what that does. Maybe we'll be able to look at the sign now. So ideally, this would just work. It does not look like it's just working, so we might need to restart. But that's okay. We'll get saving and loading working next. So I build this, and no, the sign's not showing up at all. Because 200 pixels wouldn't be that far down the screen. Huh. Is there a bug? No. Well, I mean, not an error. Would 200 even be needed for this, by the way? How far down is it to go from here to here? It's like 568 versus 432, so it's like 130 pixels. I just want to be able to see it. We don't even need to go down that far, I guess. In fact, we could just see, yeah, right there. In that little divot. Where's that? 521. I'll just do this. All right, what is the problem? I guess upgrade isn't filled out. Yeah, that must be it. Storeroom upgrade. What do you do? Upgraded storeroom. Nothing. The warehouse handles it. Adds item displays. I don't know what I'm missing here. Yeah, I don't know what I'm missing. Huh. Maybe we intentionally hide the town hall sign. Oh, that's probably what happens. Let me think about that. It's probably right here. Yep, there it is. Okay. Well, it didn't take me too long to get to what the correct answer was. All right, so we hide this, which is actually correct. We should hide this until you beat a certain boss. And then once you beat that boss, we would need to show it again. But you might have built the town hall for the very first time after beating that boss. All right, so how do we do this then? We need to, I don't know, we need this to reflect the current building, I guess. Hey, Avian. I have such bad memory in my brain. How could I do any of this? Well, I think a lot of this comes down to what does your gut tell you when something is wrong? So like, let's say you walk into a room in your place and flip a light switch and the light doesn't turn on. What do you do? Now, you might rely on your memory and be like, oh yeah, I took out a light bulb or something, but your troubleshooting steps aren't going to be that hard, right? It's going to be like, do I have electricity in my place? Or did it go out? Is there a light bulb? Is the light bulb working? And whatever, so on and so forth, right? I just pretty much did those same steps here. Like, we're not seeing a sign. So hunch number one is it's hidden. So try moving it. Hunch number two is, or like it's obscured, I guess, by something in front of it. And hunch number two was it's hidden completely. So try showing it. And I haven't actually validated this, but that's kind of what we ended up doing here. I spent days once on a web page because there were two different types of space characters. Yeah, that is really, really difficult, to be fair. There are a lot of characters that look the same. And you might be checking for something like if, you know, next character is equal to a literal space that you type in. And it is a space, but not the space you thought it was. And it's not until you actually check like the string code in it that you know, oh, it's a different thing completely. But yeah, that's where your troubleshooting steps would come into play. And now that you know this, the next time you encounter it in the future, you will probably try that out sooner than another person would. So build and upgrade sign has a reflect current building status. We have a reposition or hide sign. Please tell me this is virtual. It is not. Well, this is virtual. Allow closing and then call the base. This is vault key storage, etc. And this calls into the base to begin with. Vault sign doesn't even have one. Okay. So here's what we got to do. We got to change this to reflect current building status. And this has reposition or hide. I guess this is technically correct. This is fine. We just need another piece of hiding logic that might hide it on top of this thing. Not for the faint of heart. That is how you would say it, yeah. And yeah, date entry formatting. Yeah, there are a lot of these little errors. And I remember when I was first coding, I remember a lot of things I would run into, like file path errors and basic stuff too. Like you're on Windows and you say something like path equals c/users/foo. And you're like, oh, why isn't this loading? And in the language I was using at the time, which was probably a C derivative, it was like, oh, it's treating these backslash characters as escape characters. So it was seeing some like weird thing here and then a weird thing here. And that path doesn't exist. So it's like, oh, well, just escape the characters, right? But at one point in my career, I did not know about this. And I didn't even know this was a thing. And then sometimes you know about this, but you accidentally type something completely different. You type bar instead of foo, and you don't realize, oh, I just typed the wrong path, or I have a typo in the path. I typed whatever, you know, user instead of users. Those are things that they bite you enough times that then you look at them and you stop making assumptions. And that's what I think a lot of bugs come down to, is just you made an incorrect assumption about something. It's not always that way, but yeah, a lot of small bugs at least are this way, like off by one errors, or yeah, file paths being wrong. That's right, Ender. Sometimes that. Okay, so we need to override this for the town hall sign. This actually might not be too hard and would represent that the system is pretty well built if this just ends up being easy. So for this, we want to call the base, and this should be hidden if you haven't beaten a certain boss. So bool, how do we want to do this? I guess what we check is the condition I have here. So we want to build this in here. So if level equals 1 and the has defeated slime boss town dot battle panel dot instance map dot highest levels defeated. What is this? Instance ID. Oh, this is... Do I just have a has defeated elite or something? I should really do that. Oh, here it is. Oh, look at that. I do have the function I wanted. Get highest elite level defeated. All right, now we need an instance ID. Instance ID dot, where are they? The waterways? Okay, so you defeated them if this is greater than or equal to 1. Why is this a problem? Oh, because of this stuff up here. So if level equals 1 and you have not defeated the slime boss, then we hide this. Name level does not exist because it's on the building. Town hall. Isn't there a way to get the level from here? Don't we have a building? We do have a building. Building, get building. Don't we get the level of it somewhere then? Building is built. My goodness. Yeah, it's something like this logic. Yuck. All right, I don't want to do that, but I'm gonna do that. So the building isn't built, then we just return. I don't know about that. How about we just say int town hall level equals that. Done. Okay, so now if the level is 1 and you haven't beaten that, and then there's also the Phoenix boss. The Phoenix resides in the mines. So if that's the case or that's the case, then hide this thing. And then we delete this. All right. And now just for laughs, let's change this stuff to be the lower level bosses so I don't need to test this for as long. So we'll make this be the canyon and the volcano. Just for testing again. Okay, then what do we need to do? Whenever you beat a boss, we need to call reflect current building status on this thing. So town.onDefeat or defeated, what do I call this? Elite. Beat elite instance for first time. On beat elite instance for first time. Now we go make this function, generate method. This can be private, so we throw it down to the bottom here. And then no matter what, we just reflect the current building status. That's fine. To the point where I guess what we could have done is just this. Instance ID, reflect current building status. Hey again, Vedra. Ooh, okay. Now let's test that out. Honestly, this is not such a bad task because I have to think about it. And it's kind of fun trying to figure out how it'll fit in with the system we made. And it's so far fitting very well. So we're going to make a new game. We're just going to do the stuff from scratch at first, but we have a lot of edge cases to test here. So we build the town hall. And now the sign does not show. It doesn't show over here. It doesn't show on the map. But if we go beat the ogre boss. So I've unlocked this. I fight this and I win. We should see the sign show up over here. That did not seem to happen. Oh, maybe because of the ordering of this? All right, let's put a breakpoint there. And then let's go fight the next boss, I guess. It's too bad. Yeah, it's too bad. The breakpoint isn't going to totally work because I've already beaten the first boss. So now this condition is going to be a little bit muddied. But it'll still hopefully let me figure out what's going on here. Good, it broke in. So we get the current level, it should be 1. Yep. Then we check if we defeated the slime boss, this should be true. Yep. Then check if we defeated this should also be true, and I'm guessing it's false. No, it's also true, huh? Oh, we never show the sign. Oh. Whoops. Okay, so if town hall level equals 1, then visible equals if you have defeated the slime boss. If town hall level is 2, then it's visible if you defeated the Phoenix boss. So this will handle hiding and showing the sign. All right, now I expect this to work. And then no matter what else, it should be hidden. No, that won't be true, will it? Wait, will it? Maybe this will hide it if you're at level 0. I don't know. Lots of edge cases here. Let's just start a new game and try this. All right, so we build this. We're great. Cool. Does not show in the buildings menu. We're good. We do one of these things. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. All right, look at that. Town Hall shows in upgrades, and there's the sign. So now we click Upgrade Town Hall, and it says adds more perk options to most buildings. And we click Upgrade. Did that break? Upgrade didn't do anything. I guess because we never overrode the upgrade function. Oh, yeah, I figured this out. I never wrote this. Okay, so what does this have to do? This has to do what we had in town when you press page up, which I deleted. Did I delete that? No, that's right there. All right, just for laughs, we're going to test this out. Will this fail? Type expected. What's going on here? Town? Is this not even, does this even exist? Oh, it's underscore town. Why does that exist there? This is the town hall. Oh, I'm typing this outside of a function. Oh my God. Okay. So this will try adding this skill button. I want to make this even easier to test. How would I do that? I guess just trick this thing into thinking that I beat the ogre when I didn't. Yeah. Yeah. All right. How do I do that then? Highest elite levels defeated. Somewhere we set this. Right there. No, that's one place. We set it somewhere else too. We don't set it from here? No, it's right there. Where's that code? What is going on? I don't know what I just did. Highest elite levels defeated. Oh, it should not be that hard to find. There's a get default somewhere, and I saw it right there. Oh, I was in the wrong file. Okay, sure. Well, all right, so this is where we do this. So I need to invoke this myself. Beat elite instance for first time. And we set this here. Okay, yeah, so this is what we do. We find out if there's an unhandled input in here. There is not. That's okay, because I have this snippet to make one, and now it's made. And now we just call this. And we set instance ID equals the canyon. Yeah. And then we try to run that. So I got to take a break pretty soon. We're going to test this super fast and then go take the break. Error, the name S does not exist. What? What did I used to say? I must have just accidentally pressed the key while doing that. Faster, 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 faster. Okay, so new game. Go over to the town hall, do this. Now I'm going to press page up. It says elite defeated. And now we can try building this. Oh, wait. We can't do that yet. We need to get this first. This will have 4 perks in here. And now when I build the new town hall, it's going to put a 5th perk in there. Nice. Okay, I'm going to take my break now. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello, hello. Close the game. Let's crank this chair into forward-facing mode. I said close the game. Nice. Okay. Hey, Demir. And welcome in. Sorry, I closed it too quickly for you to still continue jumping. Okay, what are we doing? So we need to change the graphic. We got the basic stuff working. We need to now change the graphic. So let's see. This is probably fine. Is that working? I should test this again. Is it voice activated? Yeah. I made a thing for a code jam a little while ago called Vocal Streamer. Cool idea with that game. Yeah, I think it's a fun little break activity for people to still participate in the stream while I'm gone. If I continue game, it's not actually going to work, is it? What? Oh, it saved just before this. Okay, so yeah, if I build this, the sign is still there. Can't be right. That can't be right. Build, upgrade. What do we, how do we do this? There's an upgrade function. Built or upgraded. Protected void. I need to no, I can't override this. How was I supposed to, I guess upgrade's supposed to be overridden? Nothing ever overrides it. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I need the sign to hide itself after you built it. So this part's working. This is working. This is good. This is good. The sign should hide itself after you build it. Which just means calling this function. I just need to figure out where we call it from. We call upgrade over here, which calls upgrade on the building itself. The sign needs to know that you've called upgrade on it, though. I guess that's it. Town hall sign. All right, so we make this override. We call the base function upguard. And then we call reflect current building status. This will hide the sign if you just upgraded it but haven't beaten the next boss. Shouldn't this somehow already happen? I don't believe that this is... No, yeah, there it is, right there. Reflect current building status. Yeah, what am I doing then? This isn't necessary. What am I doing wrong? Maybe this isn't being called again. Let's just put a breakpoint here. Just run this again. And again, and again, and again. We will eventually figure it all out. There are some work items that I was a little bit worried to work on. And this is going pretty well so far. But this is one of them. Hey, Vibe, how you doing? How's your re-envisioning going of the code base? Okay, so this I don't need yet. I guess it's going to get hit a couple of times. I'm not even sure why. Oh, I loaded the game? I didn't realize I had. All right, so now what do we do? We click over here. And then build. Okay, so this got hit from what? The upgrade path? Yeah, built or upgraded, which presumably came from upgrade. It did. And we already called building.upgrade. Oh, it doesn't increment the level. Oh. Yeah, whoops. Who's responsible for doing that? I guess us. Level plus plus. Yeah. All right. Well, that answers that. I think that's the solution here. Refactor went great. Rebranded too, which has been fun. Nice. Can I see the new site? And thanks for the resub. Happy 21 months. And how am I doing? I'm doing really well. I have been just having a string of productive days for the last like several months, I feel. And it's nice to have that level of consistency and feel like the product is moving forward. Yeah. So what we're testing right now is there's a town hall in the game, and this is where you get some perks. But some of these perks are really powerful, like this one, item stacking. Going from stacking one item at a time to stacking two doubles like everything in the game. And doubling everything in the game is very powerful. So what I want to do is I want to make it so that certain perks don't show up until you've upgraded the town hall. And that's what we're trying to get working now. So now what should happen is I click upgrade, and then this sign should hide itself. Good. But the sign should show itself when I go beat the next boss, which I have to click a bunch of times to go do. So let's go click a bunch of times. I need 3 gold there. What did that just say? Oh. Okay, so now we click this, and there it is, Town Hall. Okay, so this will level us up to the next level, which is going to do nothing for us. Hey, Shaky. Yeah, so that presumably did not do anything. Or I guess technically it put a 6th perk in here that's exactly the same as the 5th perk. Weirdly, this looks like it's clickable because the color hasn't made itself disabled here. But if I click it, it doesn't do anything. I bet if my money changes, it's going to fix itself. So if I just sell this here, yeah, it got disabled. Okay, so we got to fix that too. When adding a skill button to a perk tree, we need to set the disabled state correctly on the label. E.g., if the new perk, I think it's just if the new perk costs more than what you have, it won't be disabled right now. Hey, Crazy, it's going well. Still old site until we have the new design out. It's called styleframe.ai now. But if you log in, the system now is based on individual tooling. Yeah, the thing you told me about. Yeah, neat. Did you check the whole code base to see if you still have the old name anywhere on the site? I don't see it, but I was just curious if you checked. All right, so this is now done. We need to test saving and loading. Test saving and loading. And need townhall.upgrade to do the right thing. It should add the perk only once per level. We should ideally have some way of nicely specifying perks for each town hall level. If you had a green or blue keyboard mat, then you could trim everything other than your hands and the keyboard. Yeah, I could. And I've debated. I generally am aware of where I'm blocking the screen. And I try to just type where I'm looking anyway, which is usually in the middle-ish. But yeah, maybe the next mat I get would be a green one. Both a rip grab and an LLM. Nice. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we are making progress. I also need to test what happens if you beat a boss but don't have the town hall at all. Actually, we could do this trivially easily, right? I could just restart the game right now. Turn to title, new game. We click this and we click that. Elite defeated, and yet we just have regular build town hall there. Yeah, build town hall, and now the sign shows up right there. Perfect. Yep, so that's working. When adding a skill button, we need to set the disabled state correctly. Okay, so how does this work? Town hall upgrade. We add a skill button, but somehow this doesn't know the cost. I think because of how initializing these things work, but I'm not positive, and I thought we had this problem before. Oh, the banner that shows up? That's been there for a little while, but I also don't look at that like Dark Souls, I guess. It was just the quickest banner I could make. In a hypothetical world where one would need a coding project to be reviewed by a professional programmer such as you, how much would that cost done by you? In the depth of front and back end to see that the systems are lean enough, it will not cause issues. Confusing paragraph, hope you get what I mean. It depends on sort of the scope of it. So is it like a blog site, or is it like some super technical, I don't know, like fintech thing? I'm just making things up here, right? So it depends on the scope, and then depends on how well I know the person. So let's say it's a friend, I would probably just do it for free. Let's say it is I don't know, a total stranger. If you're talking about me specifically, it would cost an exorbitant amount because I don't want to do this. But someone like me, it's tough to say. Yeah, I think it depends on how much code it would take. I'd probably make an hourly fee if I were to do this. And I'd probably say something like, I don't know, $200 per hour. This is me, and this is me just kind of spitballing things here. Probably between those, 4 out of 10. So closer to the blog side of things. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you would really have to pay this much. So I think you can get someone else to do this for cheaper. But I think you'd also, the difficult thing about this is you can't know that this person did a good job. And the other thing too is, like, let's say I did the review. I may have a bunch of like problems that I point out. Who would fix them, I guess? Yeah, Oberon. So this is are you asking, like, if you, Oppressal, ask me, Adam, to review something? I mean, feel free to send me a DM and I can talk to you more about this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think I'll tell you what my main questions would be right off the bat. It's, how did you get the code that I'd be reviewing? Who is going to make any changes I propose? What level of depth do you need out of my review? Like, where is the code? Can I see the output of this thing? If it's for a site, can I load the site? And I'd probably have some more questions. In general, I don't think this is a small thing you'd be asking me to do. Like, if it was all inside of one file and it was like 200 lines of code, like, yeah, I'd probably take a look. I could probably do that for free, that sort of thing. But yeah, if it was more than that, I'd have to. Kevin, I'll do it. No questions asked. Hey, Franken. With all the AI stuff. Yeah, but I think this is the core problem, right? How do you trust the results of anything, AI or human, if you can't validate it yourself? So how do you know you don't pay the top expert in the world and they're like, oh yeah, this is good. And then you pay some, middling person in their career and they say this is riddled with flaws. It might be that this person's just wrong. They just didn't see a particular flaw, or this person didn't see all the flaws, or who knows what. This is enough info. This may be something I possibly might contact you about in the future. Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of it for me, at least, is, does it feel like work? And if the answer is yes, then it's like, I probably would charge for it. And in this particular case, I'd probably say you should see if you can find someone in the community who could do it. Wiggy, thanks for the resub. Happy 29 months. Alternatively, ask Kevin. He won't ask a single question. All right, so if I recall correctly, something calls currency changed. But where? right here when we initialize an unlockable perks tree. And what is an unlockable perks tree? Meta perks. So we probably just need to call this on the skill table behind this tree. This comes from what exactly? Player ability tree? Could I just call that function? Why don't we do anything about this changing? Button.init. Cost, update label. It doesn't. Oh man, I don't know. I gotta figure this out. How time flies, I know. Yeah. Just a short one. What an opportunity they lost. I'll pay Kevin $52. They're downsizing to leverage AI. Yeah. I wonder at what point their reputation tanks. By the way, Pressel, I would suggest trying that if this is a potential, like, see if you can just funnel some of this into ChatGPT and say, hey, is this good? I don't know coding. Can you tell me what might be wrong? It's worth giving it a shot. It'd be practically free to do that. Treasure train incoming. From one subscriber? Oh, Vibe Hub as well? What is going on? This is Twitch being Twitch. Yeah. All right, well, let's try the easiest way here, which is to call this function town.ui.overlay visibility controller perks panel. This is not public. No, we need to get it from the perks thing, right? Recycler perks. And now it's not public? No, it still doesn't exist. This is player ability tree with town. Yeah, great. This is player ability tree. We have the skill table. It's protected. I'm going to make it public for now. But I don't know why F12 didn't work. Now it works. All right, let's see if that fixes this. Actually, let's see if it's broken before I do anything. Just to make sure. They're trying really hard. Yeah, they started some program that you can, for some number of hours per year, you can set the number of, or you can set a discount on gifted subs, but you also get less money. So I was like, I'm just going to burn through every single hour right now. And I did. Because I think it's such a stupid feature. It's like, what does having more subs in your channel do? I guess it lets them watch ad-free. I guess that's maybe worthwhile. But yeah, I just don't like the idea. All right, so we got to upgrade this, but I can't. Did we already beat this boss? Wait, what's happening here? What is happening here? Page up isn't working. What does this mean? Does it think that I already beat the boss? Yeah, maybe I already did. Maybe I even upgraded this. There'd be no way to know. But there would be a way to know because this doesn't exist. Except for that doesn't get saved correctly. So we got to start a new game, yeah. I have a fraction of programming knowledge as every other person. I've been looking to Google's AI Studio. Probably will play around with it. Yeah. Go 5 up. Thank you. I wasn't trying to get people to give subs or anything. I do appreciate it. That is very nice of you. It's different though. That's allowing you to do marketing things, time to your own initiatives. Yeah. Yeah. The treasure train is definitely different. Girlfriend wanted to see what a treasure train does. Well, now she gets to see. It's just a banner at the top. 35% off and what? Off 5+ gift subs. Okay. Don't you already get a discount on gifting 5 subs? But yeah, welcome, Biley. Welcome, Oberon. Have to get going. Might come back later. Oh, yeah. Take care, Pressel. I'll be streaming for probably another like hour and a half. Something like that. And I'm actually happy with how this progress has been going, even though I'm kind of sort of going slowly. All right, so we click this. Elite defeated. And it did not... Oh, wait. It didn't add it because I didn't click this. All right, so yes, this is the problem right here. This should be red, and it is not. So now what I want to see is it red if I click this? Oops, didn't put that back in. Need a sound effect for the Dark Souls banner. Oh, it has a sound effect. I just have all the sounds turned off right now. This is what subs are all about. Duck, duck, jump time, duck, duck. Oh, Kevin, thank you too. Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Twitch tricked me. I was supposed to get $50 from this community, not spend whatever I had to spend. It's very kind of both of you. We've now completed level 2 of the scam train. Does having more subs get you recommended more? I don't think so, Luna. Also, hi. Yeah, I think the way that subs kind of help. So one, there's the direct monetary gain. So yes, there is some money for it. But I think the other way they help is you're probably more likely to stick around if you're a sub. And for sure, I have to run ads every hour. Athletics, thank you too. Oh man. Gives you some months of nitro. Yeah, so this can probably help, which then might lead to more people discovering your channel because it might push you higher in certain sortings of the directory. But yeah, thank you, Kevin, Vipub, Xyletics, for all the gifted subs. I was just telling my wife, so on my lunch break, I went on a walk, and I was like, every metric is down. Every single one. Like Skeleseller downloads, YouTube videos created about Skeleseller, like Twitch viewership, subs. And I don't really mind any of these things being down right now, but at least the Skeleseller stuff needs to pick up. The Twitch stuff doesn't have to. I think Twitch is serving its purpose for me right now. I am more productive when I'm streaming, and that's what I use it for. It's the pre-launch lull to some extent. Well, part of what I think is at least causing some of the Twitch stuff is this is a very long project, and I think interest in any long project is going to be highest at the beginning. If you have time and interest here, it's going to kind of start and it's going to pretty rapidly drop off and then do something like that. And I think it's just that when something is new and exciting, it's very cool and fun, and it's pretty followable in the first bit too. It's like, oh, set up a code repository. I've had to do that. I want to see how Adam does that. And then, oh, how is he going to get past these first few problems? And then you get to very quickly like okay, we need to flesh out 7 different game systems. We need to do game design. We need to test things. We need to whatever else. And now we're toward the end where I already kind of mentioned this, but most of the tasks I'm going to be doing for the next few months are probably going to be pretty boring. Even for me, I can only imagine how boring they would be to watch. So for anyone who was trying to watch to be engaged and not necessarily just have background noise, it's not going to be as interesting. More things come out, the interest goes up, right? Building anything public probably is challenging, I assume. I think if Skeleseller if it had launched and people could tune in to watch the development of the game, I think that might produce an uptick. So like we might see it launch that this goes up a bit, but I think it'll probably drop again afterward. So yeah, I think that's part of it. And I think another part is just I'm not doing anything to try to get new viewers into the channel. I don't call out followers. I don't even ask people to follow. I don't know. It's a bunch of things like that. I'm not trying to foster more of a community. I should at least put some amount of time into some of that stuff. Not even for the more viewership. Like I said, Twitch is serving its purpose for me now. So if we don't grow to whatever level, it doesn't necessarily matter. But Skeleseller does need to be successful. I care very much about that. And yeah, having more viewers toward launch would probably help with that. Did the front page help with downloads and metrics? Yeah, I think we got about 100 wish lists from the last time being on the front page. I have applied 4 more times since then. There's like a cooldown period after that. But then the cooldown period ended, and now I've applied 4 more times, and I was rejected 3 times. And now the 4th time, it's still pending. So I applied for December something. I don't know. The problem is if I'm accepted in December, then the cooldown period is going to align with the launch of the game. So I probably won't be able to be on the front page for launch. So if I am rejected this time, it might be a blessing in disguise, and I might wait until launch is going to happen. Number, go up. Thank you, Hef. How you doing? Appreciate the sub. And 28 months of it too. Did I ever restart this? Yes, I probably did. Okay, let's try this before I forget. Because if this fixes this, then I at least know what I might have to do. Did it work? It did work. Okay, yes. So we need to call this currency changed whenever we add a skill button at runtime. Need to call this on the skill table. Create a second channel. If you get partnered on 2 channels, I wonder if you even can. You probably can. Probably if you're like some, mega streamer. You can, yeah. Also, I don't think you even need to necessarily get around the cooldown. I think they are willing to make exceptions. Like Twitch needs people to be in that front page carousel at any given time. And they can feature people themselves, but they'd like to have people who signed up. So if you're in like a weird time slot, then I think you have a more likely chance of getting it. The problem is my time slot is pretty common because it's when a lot of people are awake. Wow, I got a hype chest. It came with whatever this thing is. Down bad. I still prefer big sad. But yeah. I guess now we all have the down bad emote. Choo choo. All right, so I got to make a function that wraps all of this stuff. And we got to add this to a particular panel, and the panels don't have identifiers, as far as I know. Or do they? They have tab IDs here. I guess we could do it based on that. Yeah, we probably could. I'd probably still need some of these functions to be public, though. So we do something like or you know what maybe we would do? Maybe we would just emit a signal that says we've upgraded the town hall. And then have this stuff listen for it. Could it do that easily? I don't think it has the town. No, it does. Okay, then it could. All right, I think that's what we do. I had to sneeze. I didn't sneeze. I didn't announce it either. Why? Why, body? Why do you do this to me? All right, I'll go code this. So perks panel tab, we're going to take in a tab ID and oh no, we're not. What am I talking about? We're going to go make a new event. This is going to be upgraded town hall. And it's going to, I guess, pass in the level. Alternatively, we could just fetch it from here. It feels a bit much for an official emote. Popping by before bed. Hope everyone's good. Yeah, I hope you're doing well too, Hef. And thanks for the sub. Thanks for dropping by. Man. Just thinking about things that I'm not verbalizing here. So town hall, when we upgrade this, we need to invoke this thing now. So town dot. We could put this here. We could also just have an event on here that says like leveled up. Leveled up. Okay. Now we delete this stuff. Create town hall calls into that. Town hall dot leveled up plus equal this. Great. And then upgraded town hall goes in that perks panel, which I have probably already deleted the code for. Yes, I did. We'll get it back. So this can now be private again. And then in init, we need to listen for the town. And when you level us up, town dot upgraded town hall plus equal on upgrade town hall. Now make that method, takes in a level. Okay, so when you level it up, we're going to need to run the things that used to be over here. And that's in perks panel tab. Yeah. So we can delete these things. Now this is public. I need a way of doing this. I guess it could just be public. Yeah, it could just be public. We get the ability ID. And then we need to modify its skill table in this case. I'd love to not have to do that part. Maybe this stays protected. And we add in a public void add skill button after init. And we take in the perk ability data and then do this stuff. Yeah, but we only need to do this once. We need to add in a lot of ability data, don't we? Couldn't we just call this all the time? Man. I've got to figure out how this doesn't break when you unlock this for the very first time. Oh, because this is created before you've even shown anything. Right? Yeah, we just make the perks panel and it creates all of these ahead of time. That's why it's not a problem. Because in order to have built anything, you needed to get money. So what do we do in one of these? Update all skill button labels. Update label. How does this know the... Oh, right. We made a function call for that. Okay, I understand what's going on. Okay, well, I think this should be working. And I guess we don't need to accommodate not having the garbage slime at this point because the perks panel exists no matter what. So I think we've solved both problems. Let's try it out both ways just to make sure. So we start a new game. We are not going to get the garbage slime. So we're not going to click this sign. We're instead going to get the town hall, fake beating the boss, and then upgrade this, and then get the garbage slime. And now there should be 5 perks in here. And this is like a light red. But then if we do it the other way, it should be the exact same outcome. So now we get this first, then we get the town hall, then we do this, then we do this, and then we click that, and it is still light red. No, this is wrong. All the other buttons are grayed out, but we have enough money. Nothing ever wins. Nothing's ever good. Let's do hide tabs too. Not sure if that's relevant. No, I'm just trying to get these costs to update correctly. I'm not. Oh, because I have a hard coded to 0. Oh, whoops. Okay, I know what I know what I did. Oh man, I'm not paying attention is what's happening. Where's the add skill button thing after? Here it is. This shouldn't be currency change 0. This should be currency change town.money. Yeah. Alternatively, currency change is called when money changes. So we could just emit that event and then not do anything special. Just make this a public function. I guess it's kind of nice to have that directly in here. No, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Let's leave it like this for now. So now it was the second way I had tried that had broken this, and now it should be working correctly. It worked this way because of the $1 that I had to spend on that, yeah. So we start with this, get that, upgrade, click that, and click this. Nice. And then if you get enough money, they light up. Cool, you can click them. All right, done. Test saving and loading. Accommodate the scenario where we never even built the town hall. Maybe you don't do anything for this. If you don't have the town hall but have every other building, then you at least know how to build. Yeah, I think this is done. Take care of it, Hub, and thanks for the gifted subs. Hope you have a good one. Perks once per level of nicely specifying perks. Okay, so we need to know what level we're adding here. If level is 1, then do this. So I want to add in a bunch of perks. I now have the ability to do so, but I don't know which perks I want to go where. And I don't know how much they should cost either. And they definitely shouldn't be here. I should specify them in that perk constants thing. Yeah. Hey, Malarius. How you doing? How do I want to do this? Here's what I'm thinking. We could do it like so. Could say static read only. This is going to be kind of nuts. A dictionary of perks panel tab IDs to an iRead only list. Get perk data by tab. And then and then we do something like this in here. And this needs to be by level as well. I should probably just make custom data structures for all of these things, so I don't have a dictionary of dictionaries of read-only lists and whatever else. But yeah, I think this would be nice to do. So I should make some new types here, huh? Okay, so maybe public class. Perk spot. I really just want a type alias, I think. Can C# do that? Alias any type. Feature spec. The spec serves as the design document for the feature. So this is not a thing yet. Wait, are we doing this? Using something equals something else? That. But otherwise, no. I just want this to be a mess of dictionaries and stuff. Hey, Mitch. While I'm already distracting you, are you familiar with WSDL files? More specifically, creating a single one to reference a lot more, but setting a service for them all. I don't like it. I don't think so, no. And happy 2 years, by the way. Well, 2 years of a current streak. WSDL file. I don't even try to know what this is. Web services description language. Describe functionality offered by a web service. Machine readable description of how the service can be called. This doesn't sound too bad, but it does sound like documentation, which I know you don't like. All right, so one way we could do this is I could just write this out with a whole bunch of dictionaries, and I think it'll be a gigantic mess. So it'll be a dictionary of int to dictionaries of all this other stuff. And it's going to be like perk tab perk data by town hall level. And at this point, I just don't think it's worth having a class that looks like this, or a data structure that looks like this. It's just a mess. So public class, let's say like perk data by tab. I don't even know if I want to do this. Like, do I really want a wrapper class around this? Yeah, and then we make a public class perk tab perk data by level. And that has the int of this to perk data by tab. And this is crazy. All right. This is dumb. Yeah, this is just dumb. I'm just gonna code it all in one data structure. I just think it looks stupid. All right, so how do I want to do this exactly? We want a new dictionary. Then we need to figure out the syntax for this. So we're gonna have, I always forget how the syntax of this works. Not like that. Not like that, ideally. Well, I guess this does work. It's a spec for something I'm working on. I want to make an abstraction layer that references a specific set of WSDLs. What I meant is WSDLs sound almost like they are documentation. I get that it's a spec, but in a sense, that's like documentation. If you do tab level list, you can define each tab on their own, then aggregate them. Might look a bit nicer. Yeah, I'm not certain how I want to do this yet. And I think I just want something working right off the bat. And then we'll think about it a little bit afterward, maybe. But we would do something now here like 1, comma, and then an entire dictionary. New. Does this work? I think it would work. And now instead of this perk data that we add in here, we put a new one that looks like that. Cannot create instance of abstract type iRead-only list. That's fine. We will do one of those. Now what's the problem with this? Use an immutable collection or reduce the accessibility of non-private read-only field. I'm not going to bother making this immutable. I think I'm just going to mark this as suppressed. Yeah. Can also use the new one. I don't know if anything's going to really help here too much just because it's such a mess. Like, we could try this. And then I guess the same thing here. Yeah. Yeah, it might be okay at least. All right, so now here's what we would do. We would fetch this dictionary here. We'd go through for each, actually, I guess we just pass in a dictionary. So like private void add all perk data for level. All right, so try get this, then get perk data by tab, then go through all of these and just add all the things. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm gonna let this work. And then here we're gonna call add all perk data for level. And it'll be like that, yeah. At which point, I guess that's what this all needs to do. So we don't need another function for that. All right, now let's read this. So it's going to try to get a dictionary out of here. And if that dictionary exists, it's going to go through each of the key value pairs in there and get the tree that corresponds to it and then add the button for it. Yeah. Are we vibe coding? No, this one function was just parsing over a dictionary. And the AI happened to write this, but that was not me trying to vibe code this. It's just exactly the code I would have written myself. But yeah, welcome in, Free. What is it you're trying to make right now? So what we're doing right now is, okay, we have the concept of a town hall in the game, and we have a whole bunch of perks trees. And there's one for the garbage slime, and there's one for the farm and the fishing pond, and so on and so forth. When you upgrade the town hall, it'll add new perks to those other trees. So like level 1 may add like 1 garbage slime perk and maybe like 2 farm perks and nothing else. And maybe level 2 adds like 2 pond perks and 1 treasure perk or something like that. So I wanted a way to be able to represent that, like on level 1, add these garbage slime perks. So it's these with this particular cost. And then at level 2, go add something else. Yeah. So that's where we stand. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So we're going to try this. Do we have any other recycler perks? Town perks generator. Let me take a look. Oh my goodness. None of these should be commented out. I must have accidentally checked this in. Let me go take a look at this. Town perk choice generator. Town perk choice generator. Oh, except for what am I doing? I'm on the wrong branch. Bosses on battle map. When did I do that? Localize more abilities. Oh, I remember now. I was testing something. I needed to force certain abilities to show up. So I commented all of these out. Well, we got to undo that commit. Where's the file that this is in? Town perk choice generator there. So it's just every comment should not be a comment anymore. Yeah. Whoops. Yep. Whoops. Okay, so that'll let me see though which other ones do we have here for garbage slimes. Auto eat, critically faster hunger, garbage time, always hungry. Always hungry isn't there? Okay, let's put that one in. And let's have that cost this times 2. And then let's try putting in some other ones that we have here. So maybe we'll put in an enchanter perk. And we got a couple of these. Things like these 4. Let's throw in all 4 of those. Okay, so we want all of these. We're going to do new ability ID and then throw in, it just doesn't matter, some number, 1,000. Sure. Okay, now we can try this out. So when I level up the town hall the first time, it's going to add 4 perks to the enchanter and 1 perk to the recycler. Hope this works. And then I got to try saving and loading. All right, so we make a new game. We need enough money that we can afford the enchanter, and yeah, we can't afford them. All right, so now we have the enchanter. Now, just their perks it has 6 of them. So we're going to go with the town hall, and then I'm going to fake beating an elite. So there we go. And then we're going to upgrade this, and now we should have 10 in here. That's not 10. That's not 10 at all. I'll put a breakpoint here. Did we get the garbage slime one? Yeah, we did. Wait, no, we only got the second one. Oh, is this... I see what's going on. I'm using the wrong level here. But how? The level passed in should be 1, not 2. Oh, it is 2. Oh my god. Yeah. Never mind. This is just off by 1. Yeah. Normally, I would have thought about that, but I didn't. We don't need to debug this. Yeah, normally things are 0 indexed or 1 indexed. This is 2 indexed because level 1 is going to be built into the UI that we already have. All right, so we get the enchanter done again, and we get the town hall, and we do that, and we do that. And now we should have 10 perks in here. Yeah, nice. All right. So now if we upgrade this again, which I guess we can't easily do, we need instances manager, page up. Where did I put this? I thought it was in here. Huh. It's, oh, an instance map. All right, so we're going to make it so that pressing page up does that and pressing page down does this, where it beats the volcano for you. There. So if you beat the canyon, then the volcano, you'll get both of the garbage slime perks. Wasting my points just to tell you this. Hello. Exactly. It's not a waste. Money well spent. Although that one I don't think I can refund. Wait, what's going on? Did I just load from a save file? I think I did. I was just on autopilot there. All right, so we got our 4 perks. Before we even build the town hall, I'm going to beat both of the bosses. So there's the first one, there's the second one. And now we build this, and we should have the upgrade sign right there. Perfect. We get that. We now have 5 perks, and we do that, and now we have 6 perks. Nice. And then if I go get the enchanter, I will have all 10 perks there. Perfect. If you want to take it, just need to order by level. Oh, I see what you're saying. If I want to change the layering of this dictionary. Where did I even put that? For constants, yeah, here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I think this is one of the ugliest things I've probably ever written in all of my C# coding. And I would normally want to wrap this in classes, but I just don't know if it's even worth it. Like I'll just end up putting a comment above here saying this is for level 2 and 3, and we'll have 15 perks here, maybe 20, and then that'll be it. So yeah, I'm not positive. But yeah, thank you, Kevin. All right, so we now have a way of doing this. Now let's try saving and loading if I haven't built anything. And I think this is going to fail because nothing's going to try adding these perks to the tree. So I'm going to get the town hall. No, I'm not even going to get the town hall. Let's just save. Other option is doing lists of lists. Yeah, or just like, yeah. I was going to say another option is you write it out as a JSON blob and you do something like this where you've got, whatever perks and then level and whatever. And then you write a little parser. I guess you don't even need to write the parser. It's built into C#. I guess you still need to do this or something. Does it know that it's C#? Anyway, there's some way to specify this, but yeah, do this, load in, deserialize. But yeah, ugliness notwithstanding, we've got a way of representing this now. So if I save and load, this is what we're going to test now, a bunch of saving and loading things. So now I build the town hall, the upgrade sign should show. Perfect. Okay, so that's test number 1. Test number 2 is what if I do this now and then save and load? Now, when we build the garbage line, we should have 5 things there, but I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, and I think this is going to be easy to fix because we have a load function right here. And I think we just need to have the town hall sign reflect the building status, or potentially, hang on, let me think about this. Do we load the perks panels from save data? Perk panel tab load. Yeah, we have a load right here. Perks tree load from save data. But this doesn't call on upgraded. We only get the perk panel save data. There are a couple different ways we can do this, and I got to think of what's best for this. Because one thing I could do here is just call our function down here on upgraded town level and just take in the level. And we have to call it for both levels. The other thing is after calling load from save data on the perk panel, which probably comes from the UI. Where do we call this? Yeah, overlay visibility controller, which is called from UI, which is probably done toward the end. Yep, so then after this, what we could do is we could say for I equals, or maybe if, where do we save this? Progression save data? Save data dot progress dot town hall level. So the town hall level is greater than 1. Then we could say for I equals, should have to be 2. I is less than or equal to that. Something like that. Let's try it and just see what happens. I should probably take a break. All right, so continue. This alone should be enough for this to work, I think. Assuming I upgraded this, which I have no way of knowing. We don't use the new graphic yet. Eventually this will be different, so I got to start a new game. I don't know where it's saved. I could have just looked at the save file, I guess, but it's pretty easy to just do this too. All right, so now we're definitely saving, and now we're loading here, and oops, I never hit load. Load game. And now build the sign. And yeah, we have all 5. Okay, let's try building this too. We have all 10. Perfect. Let's load again and then build the next level. We have no buildings. We load. And now we should have 5 perks here, or 6. I can count. Wait, right? Garbage time, greedy. Yeah, I'm always hungry. And then we should have our 10 perks over here. Perfect. Okay, so that is the bulk of this work. We then need to, so this is working. This is working. And then this stuff we need to do. Get more perks in each of the different ones. You may not have built a particular building. So this is all we have left to do. And then clean up the code. Make sure the diff looks good. What am I missing? We have all the graphics, right? I don't even need to do anything here. Yeah. I love that little skeleton flag that shows up. And it's just a shame. I don't think it's on the level 3 of the building. It turns into a nicer looking flag, but it doesn't have a skull on it. And look at that little skull. So amazing. Yeah. What changed in here? Oh, I see. Okay, well, time to take a break. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello, hello. Close the game. Did I miss anybody in chat? That's just unfair to get ads in the middle of it. I mean, I time the ads with starting the break. Okay, so the last bits of this logic would be, well, actually, I guess the last bits of this would be what we have here, but then I need to figure out which perks we should add in and when. And I got some ideas. But let's work on this part for now. So smoke particles. And I'd love to not have this here. Yeah, in fact, do we have a town hall load from save data? We don't. All right, I'll just write this to do. Consider moving to town hall.load from save data, since this really doesn't belong here. No, that wouldn't be possible. Oh, man. He's gonna after the UI. Consider moving this to... Oh, we pass in all the save data to the perks panel. Do we do anything else here? Does anything else listen for this? I guess if it does, we need to know. Yeah, we just need to make sure to call that after UI.load from save data, since the perk panels need to have been initialized first. Okay. Oh no, Mitch. What if we just take nonstop breaks for the rest of the day? All right, so we just swap in new scenes, which we might have some logic for doing. Town Hall level 2. Nope, we don't need this anymore. I can delete this. The week. Yeah, why not? Call it break week. Town Hall level 2. Yeah, we just don't use this anywhere. Unless we put it in the scene and we can just... Maybe we can do that. Town Hall. Town Hall level. This is 1. Public int. Town Hall level. Here it is. Do we change this anywhere? On clicked, on level clicked. What does this do? On clicked invoke. What? Huh? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, so we need to swap this out with a new scene at some point. Oh, I think that should be easy enough. So let's try that. This dot texture. What is it? It's just a scene. In fact, it's just a node. It's a node that has a script. Can we just set this equal to some instantiation of this? As if I don't already do this most of the time. Self-justify break time more than insert clever example here. Well, it's a really salient and clever example, Mitch. I'm impressed at how quickly you could come up with that. Yeah, I actually think this is kind of a problem with me working off stream sometimes. Is that it's like, oh, here's a difficult problem. Well, time to take a break. And I think it's instant gratification. And I think it's not a good cycle to get into. All right, well, we don't have town hall level somewhere, do we? Town hall level 2, town hall level 3. Now we got to go find where those scenes are. Level 2 is in game scenes, town hall level 2. Okay, that's pretty easy. And level 3. All right, now we go instantiate them. Instantiate. So I'm going to do this. Town hall level. And put this here. All right, now we're always instantiating level 2, even though we might be leveling up to 3, but I just want to see what happens when we do this. I see, Mitch. I swear I'm trying to get better about it, but I mean, here I am typing these incredibly long messages in Twitch chat instead of reading. Yeah, you probably should get to reading. I understand the tendency to want to do this though. And the getting better, it's not easy. It's like instant gratification is satisfying for a reason. It's like you get the benefit now. But I think if you only ever get benefits now, you will never try pursuing certain amounts of work that delay that gratification. All right, so if I hit new game here, I need to level up the town hall in order for this to happen. So just this should build the original one, but then this should build the new one. That does not work. But it might be because I don't know why that might be. Did I pick the wrong path? No, I didn't. Huh. What could I be doing wrong here? This is just a node. And if we instantiate in a new node, I guess it doesn't add it to the scene again. So we're just setting this thing, but it's not there in the scene. Can I like replace it with something? Replace by. Oh, look at that. Well, that was easy. I don't know if I've ever used that before. Let's see if it works. All right, so we get our first town hall, then we get our second town hall. Okay, so it didn't quite work, and I'm not sure what happened there. Town hall level 1 is showing up, but so is town hall level 2. And that's not how I'd expect replace by to work. Are the lampposts showing up too? Yeah, both lampposts are showing up. That's strange. Well, now I'm not doing it. It's cases like this where other channels sometimes give like a temporary ban. I'm like, well, now you have to go do it. I'm not going to do that, but that would be funny. All right, so Town Hall has Town Hall level 1. This inside of it has a building and everything. Town Hall level 2 has something different inside of it as well. I guess what I'm doing is I'm replacing just the parent node with this, and I think that's the problem. This is an entire node here. So we kind of just need to remove it and just swap it out with something else. Town Hall level. And at which point, what we should probably do is just make a parent node for it. Is there a remove? No, there isn't. We could do remove child here. And then we could just add, oh no, we needed to have the same name. All right, I'll just change the scene around a little bit. Replacing queue free. Replace may just insert in that place. Yeah, let's read this. I'm not sure what this is doing. Replaces this node by the given node. All children of this node are moved to the new node. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, so that's a problem. All children of this node are moved. If keep groups is true, node is added to the same groups. Place node is removed from the tree, but is not deleted. Yeah, I'll just change the scene layout, I think. I think it'll just be easier. Like, why not? So town hall level will just be a plain node that under it we instantiate level 1. So let's, how do you like break the instantiation here? I don't know how you do that. Maybe make local and then just delete all this. That worked. Okay, now detach the script. And now instantiate in level 1. I'll put this under here. Okay. So town hall level is going to get its children removed, which, how do we do that? Isn't there like a free all children that we made? Free all children? Yes, free all children dot free children. Free all children, free children, that. And then load in the new one, town hall level dot add this. There. I think we got it. It also technically solved the problem. Yeah, I have very few rules for moderators in my chat, and one of them is don't purge or ban for a joke. because it kind of ruins the chat experience for other people. Like if I were to ban you, then all of your chat messages would just go away for everybody else. And in most clients, it wouldn't let you see them. So it looked like I'm talking to myself. I would also see that there's a ban in the mod view. Be a lot of little things there. What happened there? That definitely broke. Unable to cast a node to a town hall level. Oh yeah, my bad. This is now just a node 2D. And technically this is the parent of this thing. Now town hall level has a clickable area. So I guess we do technically need to get a reference to the town hall level that we have. So this will be a node 2D town hall level parent. At which point is there a reason to do this? Maybe just for the sake of the name. I don't know. Let's rename this the parent. I'm going to just fiddle around with this for a bit and turn my brain off. Which is not a smart way of coding, but I've just lost the will to pay attention to this. Hey, who cares? All right, so underneath this is going to be a scene, and that scene is what we care about here. So this is just a node 2D. This is the parent that we're getting. And then under it is going to be the get child. Isn't there like get child of type or something? Get child here, yeah. Town hall level. Do we even need to get this if we're just going to free all the children anyway? On clicked. There is no argument given that corresponds to the required parameter index. Oh, I guess it's just get node. But it's actually just the first child. I gotta say, I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like this. I also don't think we should be putting this in here at all, probably. Should probably just close this. But then how would you know where this thing's supposed to be located? Yeah, I don't like it. So now we don't even get this thing anymore. All right, have we done it? I don't know. Also, free children is just going to cube free, which means that we might get the same child the second time. I'm probably going to end up changing this. And when I say probably, I mean like soon, before I've committed this. Because, yeah, this is just a mess. So we got our first thing there. There's no errors, right? Yep, good. Then we build the new one. It got bigger. We just need to cover that in smoke. I haven't done that yet. And then we should be able to build the even bigger one. So we need to figure out what path we want. String scene path equals level is 2, question mark, 2 or 3. So now we get the scene path here. And the rest of that should all be fine. And then we can probably keep the sign in the same general position. It's right now in a pit somewhere. We probably have to move the sign. Move the sign when upgrading. I just keep hitting load. It's just a force of habit from every other thing that I've tested. All right, so we upgrade once. Then we upgrade again. Oh, no, there's a town hall. Ooh. We can't click it, though. Oh, man, why not? Because we're probably adding this to the wrong thing. Yep. Okay. Well, that's easy enough to fix. Town hall level. Town hall level. Good. I think that'll fix it. Can't even open the perks anymore. The building's so big. It's like, how do we find the perks in this mansion? We'll never be able to show these to the player. Oh, I've already changed it a little bit to get it to the point where I'm happy enough with it, I think, but I'll look at it again. All right, can we click this? Yeah, we can. Can we click this? Yeah, we can. All right, pretty good. So now just the covering it with smoke part. So in the town hall sign, I think we have smoke. here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, and it plays a sound. So we need these to happen, but only when upgrading it. Do we ever do this anywhere else? No, we don't. But there should be an upgrade function. In fact, I just got rid of it. And in this case, we just need to know what level this is. This amount of smoke might not be enough. And I'm just going to keep expanding that number until it looks like it's big enough. And then that's it. This part being unscientific is totally fine. That is a mistake. I did not mean to put that there. The rest of that looks fine though. Oh, and it might already be playing a sound effect as part of upgrade. Does this play a sound effect? It does. Yeah, so we can get rid of that too. So yeah, this is pretty simple. Putting my face in parentheses. What a life. All right, we got to listen for the sounds on this. So we build the first time, we should hear a noise. Yep. Oh, it's in the wrong spot. It's where the sign is. I can't put it where the sign is. Get parent. Man. All right, how do we do this then? Did I ever do one of these by getting it from a different position? Path smoke node. Nope. Never did. Oh well. All right, well, the position has to be the position of the building, which is the town hall. Which this thing doesn't even know about. Get building. Get building isn't a thing. Get building is a lower. Oh, it's just a building. Okay, sure. Building dot position. This won't work because building is an I building, which does not know about a position. Just has a sign position. Fine. Well, town hall that building. Or position, I mean. Now it's got to be the global position, I think. This is not null. It's never null for upgrading. All right, let's keep trying this. It might need to be global position. In fact, I don't know. It's got to be converted to the current coordinate space. And I haven't done that. I go back and reread it. Finalize the cleanup is actually valid. Yeah, I read something interesting on the internet recently. Hey, you got Impressal. Which was like frustration exists as a response for a reason. It's your brain telling you to take a break. I kind of like that. There are times when I think I've gotten better at this. There are times when I'm struggling and I realize I'm not making progress and I realize that a break is best, but I want to fight the frustration and still work on something. And as of late, I have been pretty good about like, okay, well, flail around for like 5 minutes, but don't flail around for an hour or 2 hours or something. And after that 5 minutes, yeah, take a break. You come back the next day and you almost always solve it immediately. My brain tells me that I'm stupid. Well, your brain is wrong. Your brain is self-deprecating. Hey, Jack. I know that's exactly how you spell particles, but for some reason my brain has read it and doesn't like that spelling. Yeah. English is not great when it comes to spelling. You also mistyped Impressal. Not only did you press enter too soon, but I think that was supposed to be an I. But oh, I guess you were off by 1, which is why instead of I apostrophe it was O enter. Whoops. All right. So does the smoke look good? There's almost no way this can look good. The first one's going to. That's fine. But then the second one, yeah, it's way over there. So what we got to do is we got to get it in a current coordinate system. How do we do that? There's some way to do this. I thought there was a function on here. Well, there's global position. So if we get the global position, it's going to be to the wrong. Isn't that like a local mouse position? I thought there was some like get local coordinates. Huh. Make canvas position local. Is that what I want? Transforms viewport point from the viewport's coordinates. No, I don't want that. I'm not using Rider, no, I'm using VS Code. Yeah, how do we do this? I think my brain has been off. Godot get local position of another node. Or get like relative position of another node. Oh, couldn't I just subtract this thing's global position? Yeah, that should work. Let me think about this. Town hall's at like, let's say 5, 5 or 500, 500. And this thing's at like 505, 505. So if I just subtract the two, I'll get the relative offset from here. So it's position minus this minus this. I could probably write this better. I don't even know if that's correct. That might be off in the wrong direction. Yeah, that's semantic satiation. When you see a word a lot and it just doesn't get parsed as a word. Well, I guess it's for spelling in this case. So it's like lexical satiation or something. All right, so we're definitely off. And we're off by such a large amount that I must have done this wrong. I could just put a breakpoint there. Okay, so Town Hall's global position is there. Our global position is there. So we're below this. We want to get our position and subtract it the other way around, I think. So 744. Yeah, let's try that. This probably won't work either. Yeah, like I said, I think this is one of those moments where I realize my brain's not operating 100%. I'm not even frustrated, really. I just know this isn't good work. I'm treating this very lazily. Still off. And it's off in kind of a weird way. Is this supposed to be plus? If this doesn't work, I'm going to stop doing this in a silly way and actually think about this a bit. And we can turn off the sounds now that we know the sounds are working. So I don't have to hear that doo-doo-doo sound every time. No, yeah, it's off. Okay, so let's think about this. So we have our... No, wait, we can put a breakpoint and get the exact numbers. All right, so our global position is 744, 521. And then the Town Hall's global position is 632, 368. And then our position should always just be 0, right? No, that's also 744, 521. Enter is another one. Get some fresh air, take a walk, come back to the problem. Yeah. I'm not gonna commit too much to what I'm doing right now. I think I will definitely revisit this later. And I think this is like a totally valid way of writing code. Get it to work first and then clean it up later. And in this case, it's like get it to work and hang on one second. Let me clean my glasses. It's get it to work first in a way that you know has not been written well. Sometimes you unknowingly commit that code. All right, so what do I want to do? I want to take the sign and I want to do like minus 100 pixels or something like that upward. Because I generally want it to be in the same position otherwise. Is the town hall centered? building. It is centered. And the sign is presumably centered. I don't think you've seen me without glasses. I try not to clean my glasses on stream. Or if you have, it was like very briefly. One time, and you've forgotten completely. You don't know what my eyes look like. It could be totally different. These might not be transparent. All right, so the sign is below the town hall. And it's also at 744. How is that possible? Signs itself is at 00. Yeah, how is this thing at 744? And why wouldn't this also be at 744? Huh. Oh, because we create it like off by a couple of pixels or something? Create town hall. Take the width. Offset it. Oh, I know what's going on. Oh, darn it. Yeah. This node is what we're finding. This thing is centered, but this isn't. If we centered the whole scene on this point, this would work. I wonder how we're going to fix this then. We could tell the town hall to create the smoke, I guess. Is there a super spy level reason for that? Yeah, you know Cyclops, the X-Man? If I took off my glasses, someone would die. Okay, so I understand what the problem is now. I guess the way we'd fix this is in here. If we're already going to get the town hall, then let's just make a smoke node on this, which is pretty much identical. Oh, no, wait. Is that... Where is this? Where's this in the scene? Does it think it's there? Oh, God, it does. How does any of this work, then? This thing itself is offset? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's going to make this annoying, isn't it? Because we need to get the center of the building. Oh, man. I don't want to do that. The town hall doesn't even know about the building because I don't get this thing anymore. Yeah, so we need to save off what the smoke point is essentially. And we'd get it from here. Public vector to get building center. Return get node building dot position. It's actually, I think, the global position that we want. And this is a node 2D. And then in the town hall, we keep track of what that smoke point is essentially. I'll just make it public for now. Vector 2 smoke creation point. And then set that here. And then when we use the sign, we're just going to create this at the smoke creation point. Which can't we just do this like this? We're going to use get parent. It has a different parent, I think. Town.townhall.smoke creation point. All right, let's try this. Oh, I think this does have to be a minus now. but whatever. Whatever. No. I just want to see the smoke. Where did it create the smoke? Stop breaking in. Yeah, it's creating it too low. Yeah. I think we just make this a minus. Okay. Well, if this works, then this is a pretty decent way of looking at this and actually thinking about the problem. I didn't realize what the scene hierarchy was. I thought it was just the building there for a second. All right, that looks good. All right, the smoke is way up there now. But now it's in the correct spot. So we're just not setting the smoke point correctly. At least not the first time around. Leveled up gets invoked. Yeah, this doesn't exist yet. Or we just set this no matter what at the beginning. Maybe make some init town hall level. We can fetch this no matter what, right? We should just add this in. Okay, so how do I want to do this? We have something there hard-coded into the scene here, town hall level 1. If I just turn this off, this will be an empty scene and you won't know that there's a town hall here. I could have this get deleted automatically when you create this scene. I don't think that's really worth it. But otherwise, I think this is going to be confusing of how does this thing even fit in. But okay, yeah, let's delete it. And let's have everything work the same way through code. So we need to instantiate the level in a particular one based on the scene path. And then add it, set its onClicked, and set its smoke creation point. So all of this, and I guess even this would be like set town hall graphic based on level. Yeah, private void set town hall graphic based on level. So we just put all this stuff here. Now, as long as we call this at the beginning, we'll be fine. And then here, it's going to be get private set. And then we just need to accommodate having level 1 here. So this should be level switch, I think it is. So 1 should return... Oh, you don't have a scene pointing at that. 2 should return 2, and 3 should return 3. Town hall level 1. I think the most comfortable pants are pajama pants. Can I find a picture? Yeah, something like... Oh, I can't click that because of ads. Anyway, I'll just show this on screen. Yeah, something like these. I've never liked sweatpants. I don't know why. I've just never liked sweatpants. But I think most people would say that sweatpants are the most comfortable. What is that switch? Is it like the regular C# switch with a case break? It's a switch expression. So normally you have a switch statement. So you're switching on something like this, and then in each case doing something. This is a switch expression. So based on what this thing is, we're going to return a different type. So in this case, we're returning a string based on the level. So this is pretty readable. In level 1, return the level 1 string. Level 2, return the level 2 string. But yeah, it's called a switch expression. All right, and I think we're good now. I think this should just work for everything. And I think this is better code too. Yeah, it is pretty nice, especially when you were just going to have a switch case with all of the assignments in there. So it just trims down on how much you need to write the same statement. What am I doing? I didn't do this correctly. Time to hit the bed. Thanks for another stream. Take care, Trackley. Just know that you are out 13,531 points that you could have kept. All right, that looks good. And now what about this? So what we're looking at now is going to be, does the smoke cover the building? Not quite. So in the higher levels, let's just set this at 0.45. That'll probably be fine. What'd you say? I said you wasted 13,531 points. I said it very loudly, I believe. Wait, it's unlimited. Can I highlight my own messages and just ruin this for everyone? Must just all highlight our messages. Oh, Sinistella's getting in on this. This is waterways and mines. And the town has some code, or the instance map has some code to test this out. Yeah. Waterways and mines. You can't highlight? You don't have the points for it? Gifting 5 subs doesn't give you 13,531 points. Oh man, I hear Abby meowing. Sometimes she meows like how a human would say meow. Look at that town hall. What's that barrel doing on the roof? Nobody knows. Oh, also, what's that tiny little thing right there? Oh, no. Oh, no. What's that little artifact? Oh, no. Well, that should be easy to find and fix, right? World. Where's the town hall? Exterior? I don't know where this is. Oh, time to find it. Town hall level 3. Building. Sprite. Show and file system. Open in external program. All right, so what? There's a tiny bit of... Oh, it's a shadow around the door? Is that what I'm seeing? No, it's not the shadow around the door. It's below... Oh, God, I can't tell where it's below. It's just to the right of that fence post. Yeah, it's somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Do you see that? Right there. There's just some, like, errant pixels. But now they're gone. Overwrite. And now that should look great. Mitch. You don't get to over 163,000 points by flaunting them. That's true. Okay, so now we got rid of that little weird highlight. Does this have any weird highlights? Nope. Looks good. And yeah, it's fixed now. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Well, we still have a decent amount of work left to do with this stuff. But I think we can start working on all of this tomorrow. And I think we got done with the hardest part of all of this, except for some of the bug fixes maybe. But yeah, it is not looking like this is all going to be tackleable by the end of this week. So maybe Thursday. I need to organize this list. Morning, we're going to work on this stuff. Oh, by the way, Replicat. I don't know if I actually shared it in chat, but there we go. This is Brainoid Games' game. And he's up to 35 reviews. Very positive. Nice. Just doesn't aggregate as very positive until he makes it to 50. Made in Tortilla. Game is part of a sale event. Oh, cool. So I like the cat. Phoenix flew away. Why couldn't he keep its egg and put it in town to generate some resource? That would actually be kind of interesting. In fact, this reminds me of a story idea that I'm not going to share that I came up with. But if I share it, then people could take it. But you're onto something, Sarah. You're onto something. All right, so the morning. I think the afternoon We need to work on the reusing locations stuff rather than localization. I want to finish by the end of by the end of tomorrow, pretty much. Okay, write the journal over here. That way we can start sharing the game. Playtesters. Yep. Pretty sure I haven't helped hardly at all. You did like 70% of the work, Mitch. What are you talking about? You don't remember every time you said like, oh, I stopped paying attention for a bit. You actually provided an entire GitHub gist worth of code. I just copy pasted it wholesale. And then you said, yeah, you have the rights to all of it. You don't need to pay me a dime. You don't remember doing that? That's why I say we. It's not for everybody else in chat. They're doing nothing. Oh, this isn't a new day. We don't need to write the 20 or the 19 twice. Delete. And got the town hall to be upgradable. Is that how you spell upgradable? Is this a UK versus US thing? I don't really care. As long as this doesn't highlight it for me, I'm fine. I actually watched Mitch typing. Yeah, remember? When you streamed yourself? You're like, look, guys, when I go into those fugue states and you don't believe me, I'm actually coding. And then you just snapped out of it and you're like, whoa, where did the time go? You de-swerve 100% equity? I don't think so. I do not think so. Yeah, and then I gotta organize this list. Rage face. Yeah. So much. So much to do. Yeah, so I have not finished this commit. I left off with a commit that needs to be cleaned up. Please justify. No, you have to justify why you need 100% equity. That's not... I re-swear 101% of the equity. Well, you got me. I don't even know how much equity there is to give out anymore. All right. Is that code really what was needed for this? Did I really write that correctly? Position minus global position minus the other thing? Sure. 100% only sounds fair. Okay, you have justified it. Yeah. You paid ad campaigns for your launch. We can work something out. Sorry, I'm counting on you. You're my whole marketing person. I haven't told you about that until just now. But I need you to run ads for free and forever. Fix errant pixels in town hall graphic. I knew deep down though. You were always a very intuitive person. Yeah, so I got a lot of little things I want to fix. Oh, these can be checked in on their own. Undo accidental commenting. Well, it was purposeful, but I didn't mean to commit it after I was done testing. All right, yeah, these are the uncontroversial commits that we can just make as quick check-ins now. The rest of this, I think, is all part of the same thing, which is upgrading the town hall. And I don't know what these should be, so we got to figure those out. I'm just seeing if anything stands out as being especially bad. Well, that does. Yeah, we got to fix that. Yeah, some of this stuff I got to fix too. I don't think those will be hard. The costs. Yeah, I need to add a tip. Okay, we got a decent chunk of work. This is all just debug code. We can remove that. Everything else is looking pretty nice. Just overrating history like that. The ghost never existed. It was Casper the Unfriendly Pixels. Wow, the new town hall really stands out when you're looking at it at a glance. The other one kind of faded into the background, but this one has animation on the top. Now, why is this one not messing up with the animation like the guild is? I mean, now it's not messing up either. There's some way to get this to look bad. Huh, I can't seem to do it. Okay, all the buildings are wiggly if you have that level of zoom. If you fully zoom out. Yeah, then it looks weird. Are these also messing up like that? Yeah, they are. This has to do with zooming out to a non-integer coordinate size, this particular case, because we have the camera set to go to 0.5, I think. No? What? It's at 1? What? How's that happening then? Do I have to turn off the game scale? I can't even see anything anymore. Yeah, I can't see anything. Well, I don't know. I don't know what we do about that. Yeah, they wiggle when fully zoomed out, but only some of the time. And I know this has been a problem for a while. I just want to see if it was fixed on that new building. Man. Hey, Quilly, how you doing? Welcome back. Okay, so yeah, this is the big thing that we worked on today. I'll show this off again from the beginning, just for people who didn't get to see. So you could always build the town hall, and you can get some other buildings and stuff too. So let's get a few of these. And then there would be certain perks in here. So for example, the enchanter, we have 6 perks. The garbage slime, we have 4 perks. When you beat a certain elite, so for example, I'm just going to trick the game into thinking that I've beaten it, this upgrade sign will show up. And it'll also be here in the upgrade section, town hall. And it says adds more perk options to most buildings. So we click that, and now we upgrade. And now, instead of having 6 perks over here, we have 10 perks that we can choose from. And over here, instead of having 4, we have 5. And then when you upgrade this again, we now have 6 that you can have here. So this is how we're going to stop you from getting very, very, very powerful perks early on. They're going to cost too much money for you anyway. You wouldn't want this dialogue to be like, oh, 25 for your little baby perk, and then like 40,000 in the same dialogue. I think you'd want to wait a bit until you can actually afford it. But that's up for debate. But yeah, I don't want to overwhelm new players. And then some of these will probably move out of here, like these 2 don't need to be here. So the starting town perks can just be these. And that way you don't get item stacking too soon. And for this, I think all of these are pretty much fine, the ones we had to begin with, but then these will change probably. Maybe even entropic magic can be added in later. Not sure. Maybe show locked icons or something. I'm not certain what I want to do. I think locked icons would be pretty good. Yeah, I think it depends. This is where, no matter what, and I know I say this a lot, but why we need to playtest. Because if players are just like, oh, I built a new town hall and that unlocked new perks and I understand what I need to do and everyone gets that, then I think it's probably fine. Because I don't even necessarily want to indicate that there are more perks ahead of time. The nice thing about having a lock icon, if you show like perk 1, perk 2, and then just some lock icons, is like, oh, I am going to get more content later on in the game. And maybe you hover over it and it tells you why. But if you don't show that stuff, then the player might think, oh, I'm kind of toward the end of the game. And then all of a sudden they're like, whoa, there's 5 more perks all of a sudden that I can get. Although they wouldn't show us lock icons then because of what I just said. They'd show us perk 3, 4, 5. Can you click the tab at the top to navigate to the other locations? Just curious. But I think if that's ever possible, it could be a cool little QOL thing. So with this, you're saying? You can't use these to navigate to those locations, but this is here because you don't need to navigate to those locations. The only things they end up doing is the perk boards take you to the certain tab. So like I click this one, it takes to garbage slime. I click this, it takes you to the town. I click this one and it takes you to the enchanter. If you ever didn't know where a building was, clicking these buttons can bring you to them, but that's only when you haven't built them yet. And it like smoothly pans the camera over there. But I haven't ever seen a player, I guess, be confused about where these things are after they built them and have kind of like played the game for a little bit, I guess. Clickable change between that. Well, like I said, that's only for if you, or maybe I'm misunderstanding. That's only for when you haven't built this. So like once I have the farm, there's no way to quickly go to the farm again. You just need to find it on the map. So yeah, there's nothing else that's going to pan the camera there. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so now all of these extra perks that we did, I think every single one of these maybe. Let me look through this really fast. No, it can't be every single one of these. This, well, cloning didn't exist. You could add cloning in. Yeah, so cloning could be there. This we're definitely not going to do. This we're not going to do. That's already there, already there. That's already there. That's already there. There. Oh, that's not there. But this one doesn't really matter either. Spicy cooking is already there. Crop variety, farm size harvesting, those are already there. That. And free treasure chest. I don't think we need to give you this. So these, how many do we have? We have 8 perks. Okay, so we could have these 8. And then we could also have all of the unlockable perks. Marine mana, auto fishing, fish give gold. That's probably not necessary. Yeah, marine mana, auto fishing. Maybe farm crop value. Anything else? Read guild supplies, read treasure chest, greedy garbage slime. So maybe another few of these. Yeah, they wouldn't all work. Is there a way to see what they all are? Where did these even come from? Game constants? Yeah, there they are. Okay, so these. So which of these do I want? Whoa. Farm crop value, maybe. This doesn't make sense, doesn't make sense. Probably not this. I'll put a question mark for that one. Higher level crop growth, auto fishing, not that one. And yeah, maybe those. Okay. So these would be the perks we could potentially add. Actually add the perks to the right places. These are good choices. Time to say goodnight. I don't know the song you're talking about. But good night, Impressal. Yeah, the other thing is that all the stuff you need to interact with, if you just look at the main town area and zoom out a little bit, you should see it. And if you ever didn't know where something is, you'll eventually unlock the quick move menu, and you might not even need to know where it is. So like, let's say you somehow didn't know where the potion shop is, you can still just drag this to here, and the potions will go to the right spot. Oh, that'll also give you an indication of, oh, it was over to the left, because I see the potions flying over there. Time to say goodbye. I'm not sure I know the song you're talking about. I might have heard it, though. All right, well, I should probably also say goodbye. I think this has been a good day. As mentioned, we now have an upgradable town hall. We have all the locations filled in with data. So we're going to get to the point where we can play test the whole game pretty much and see where are things lacking, where do we need to kind of bump things a little bit. But I'm feeling good. Feeling good about this. We got Kazoo's back. It's been a monumental day. All right. Yeah, I think I'm just going to sign off. I said that weirdly. I'm going to just sign off. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Tomorrow will just be a morning stream, and then Friday should be a full day again. If it isn't, see you next time. Yep, bye everybody. Have a good rest of your day.